It's important to note that a vet did see her. He's a very experienced dairyman. Hey y'all, Donna here, heading into the garden, and this is my place of refuge. This is my solace. This is where I find my peace, and this is where I can plug in my phone and a speaker I've recently discovered and just blast some Jesus music and get my heart right. So I have not spent as much time out here this week as I had last week, but I wanted to get a few things done out here and thought I would share a quick story on what happened with our Hazel. So I'm sorry I haven't updated sooner. I haven't been able to really talk about it without crying my eyes out until now. So but I do want to share, because I want to share with you, I want to share errors that happen here, because it's not always unicorns and rainbows, and I want people to understand that the farm is work, and it's not just physical work, but it's also emotional work, and it's spiritual work. So it's not always good, but when it is good, it's really good. And so here's what happened with our Hazel girl. I hope the wind is not too bad. But I see some okras that I should have clipped before now. And I'm gonna go ahead and try to clip them. So the last two videos we posted were about our Hazel. And one was her, where I went to lead milk her. That was the right decision for her. Where I went wrong is I didn't do it soon enough. This size okra is my favorite size. I like to get them a little smaller too, so I can eat them right here in the garden. They're good that way. So I should have milked Hazel out sooner before calving. That's something that is not widely known, even amongst dairy cow people, and it can be a little bit controversial. Beef cow people would never milk a cow before she calved. In fact, most mammals you would not want to milk before they deliver, you know, to give birth. But dairy cows have been bred, high producing dairy cows have been bred with the genetics to give more milk than what their bodies can handle. And so what happened with our Hazel is she developed mastitis. She had been streaming milk, and I didn't want to milk her out before calving because I wanted the colostrum quality to be the best for the calf. And therein lies my error. I should have milked her out sooner, about 4 or 5 days sooner. Sometimes okras get like gnarly like this. This looks like it had a fasciated blossom, or like two flowers that fused together. It looks like two okras. I'll cut it. You can kind of see where it looks like 1 and 2 and they grew together. I'll give it to Belle. It'll be all right. So Hazel had developed mastitis, and it went toxic. Mastitis in dairy cows can kill them pretty quickly. Basically, it went toxic, and there are toxins within that udder that get in the bloodstream. She probably spiked a fever before I knew, because I didn't take her temperature right away. So either the fever or the toxins, it's gross, it's nasty. One or the other or both killed her calf, probably. It's important to note that a vet did see her. He's a very experienced dairyman, and he believed that toxic mastitis was what was killing her. Secondary, by the time the vet did get to see her, she had been down for 3 days between the day before she delivered that we pulled the calf, the day of pulling the calf and then the next day. So he saw her the second evening after we delivered her baby, her dead calf, and by the time he got there, she had developed pneumonia. So he was very concerned about both of those things equally. After we lost her, I talked with him again, and we kind of were able to put together the pieces of what happened. This one's a little big, but it still feels soft, so I'll keep it. So that's where we are right now. There's a lot of other factors that, you know, I talked about before, like milk fever, ketosis. That was all stuff we were dealing with, and the vet felt like were probably issues as well. But that's not what was taking her down in the way that she had gone down. We've learned I'll never let that happen again. If I ever have a cow streaming milk before delivery, I'll certainly milk her. It sucks to learn the hard lessons like this because we really loved our Hazel. And it's weird. It's weird to be grieving the loss of a cow, but indeed we are. We're left with a hole. Emotionally, with our income, what we have as a family, like what's produced for our family, what we can grow here, we're left with a hole all the way around. There's no other way to put it. But we really miss our girl. I'm not used to not having her, and I'm still looking for her. It's been a week almost, and I'm still looking for her every time I pull in the driveway, looking in the field. And I'm still looking for her every morning when I go out. It's just a weird feeling. We had her for 7.5 years. She gave us a lot too. This garden might be a disaster. Could this be in the Mexican sunflower? These things grow so well. They say it's good livestock fodder, but it's literally the only thing that our Belle won't eat. Maybe she will now. Maybe we'll try again. This is a very pretty eggplant. It's a bit hot for it right now to set flowers. And got some holy basil I've really been enjoying, but it's gone to seed. The flowers are coming up. The bees will like that. It smells like bubble gum. I've been clearing out some of these beds a little at a time over the last week. So some of these beds are completely empty. Some are a little empty. I've taken out some things. Like this bed was just overtaken with the zinnias, and they're so pretty, I just let it be. For a long time, but as I started to pull them, I remembered that I had 2 eggplants planted in here, and they got completely overtaken. This is tomato hornworm damage on this volunteer tomato. I don't see the hornworm, but there must be one here, or more than one. I don't know. Maybe we'll come back out tonight with a black light. Let's see if we can find it. So if you didn't know, if you have hornworm damage like that and you can't find the hornworms, you can come out at night with a black light. They're very, very cheap. You can order on Amazon. I think I bought a 2-pack for like $3.99 or $2.99 or something like that. And so you come out with your little black light flashlight at night, and they will glow in the dark. They glow neon under that black light. So that's cool. So maybe we'll do that tonight after dark. Can you walk past basil and not smell it? I don't think so. So that's what happened with our Hazel. I wanted to share because, like I said, it's not always easy, but I want somebody else to be able to learn from our mistakes as well. Farming is hard, and we find ourselves in a particularly difficult season in life, but also in farm life. So that kind of compounds the difficulties that we have faced. Look at these peanuts. I dug one up today and found some peanuts. I'm gonna try to dig up some of these plants that had been eaten up. So I dug this one up today and I had like 7 little peanuts on the end of the roots. So let's try this one. Oh. I guess that's it. 3. These may be grown just for seed for next year. Might be what we're doing here. I don't know. You can see this whole second half of this row had been eaten up, I think, by grasshoppers. So, you know, that's that. We have been questioning God a lot in our home lately. And we have the recent realization that obviously He knows what's best for us, even more than we know. And He has us go through things for His reasons. And I strongly believe now that He knows that the way to draw us in my household, me personally, to draw my heart closer to Him, is to just force me to lean on Him. And so taking away, staying in a constant state of prayer, staying in the Word, that's kind of where I am. So my reaction to this needs to be to share it, to learn from it, but also to lean on the Lord. So that's what I'm working for. And we'll do it again. We will definitely, we still have 2 milk cows we're working with. But I really would like another Jersey girl. No one will ever replace my Hazel, but yeah, we'll do it again. We'll do it again. So the hardest farm days we've ever had have been in the last week, and it's been terribly sad, and we've cried many, many tears. And when we think we're good and we're past the worst of the tears, it hits all over again. And so, yeah, but you know, that just reminds us that it hurts so bad because we did love her so much. It was so good with her for so long. So that's why it hurts. Well, guys, the wind is picking up. I think a storm is coming. I hope the wind is not too bad on the camera. We'll talk to you next time. We'll get in this garden. We're going to clean up this garden and I'll share that with you. Thanks for watching. Bye.